Tomorrow morning, Coffee Pods and Wads, 7 a.m. Pedro will be having Brent Fikowski and Patrick Vellner on. That'll be nice to hear their perspective on all things PFAA. It'll be a great podcast. Pedro is one of the best interviewers in the space, if not the best. And Brent and Pat are extremely articulate. It'll be wonderful to hear some expansion, in-depth explanation of some of what I think is pretty vague in their demands, their choice of words, where they came from. It's going to be good. It's at 7 a.m. I also at 7 a.m. have a guest on, competitor Ross. I think it's Ross Austin. At 7 a.m. also, I'm going to try to move him to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time so that I don't cut into Pedro's show, or more like so he doesn't cut into my show. So that is tomorrow. Oh, yeah, I have Ross Austin on tomorrow at 7 a.m. He's a competitor who'll be in San Antonio from the 19th to the 22nd at the CrossFit Games, the adaptive division. Currently going on the teen division. I saw some footage from that. It was beautiful. Masters, saw some footage from that. That was beautiful. Congratulations to all the athletes who made it through. The first 2 days are done. Is that where we're at with that?
Yep. 2 days done.
Correct.
Bill Grunler in the center, CrossFit Inferno, broadcaster in the space. These are the two broadcasters who will be broadcasting, if that's what you want to call it, from the Crash Crucible this year. And things are heating up. Just to let you know how the drama is developing today on Kill Taylor, Tudor Magda. He needs a nickname, dude. He's something else.
Magda.
Yeah, Magda. Oh yeah, Magda. Tudor Magda. Wow. Tudor was at a bachelor party. He stopped, took a second break to come on to Kill Taylor with James Sprague and Dallin Pepper and Senior Sprague and Dom the coach, to take the $1,500 this morning. But it's not done there. We will be going to the NorCal Classic. I do believe Bill Grunler will be there. I will be there. Colton Mertens will be there. Matt Souza will be there, amongst others. But so will Taylor Self, where he is planning to put it to Tudor and Colton. So it's going to be a showdown. We will be filming behind the scenes there, and then a month later, the crew. I don't know if Tudor's making the journey also, but then we will be headed out to Crash Crucible for part 2 of that. What is ending up being a great rivalry. You like it, guys? Bill, you like this whole thing between Tudor and Taylor and Colton?
Yeah, I think it's super fun. I think that having Jason and Dallin and that crew like all in the mix, watching those guys talk shit and poke at each other is almost more fun than like watching the games. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like it's a bro sesh of CrossFit. I dig it.
Yeah, and don't forget Jason Hopper.
Yeah.
Are we in a new era? Have we ever had it quite like this before? They're the most social media savvy bunch. They know how to talk shit on. I feel like we're in a new era. I don't feel like I've ever seen. I mean, we've seen the bros before, right? Danny, Rich, and Dan Bailey, Rich, and Josh were always
they
great.
Didn't talk
right?
shit on each other. They didn't talk shit. All they did was
it wasn't social media.
So we really are embarking kind of on a new fun era of the sport, I think, with that.
I think so. I think Kill Taylor has a lot to do with that. That whole show, that idea.
I think the Taylor versus the quarterfinal, Tayller versus the world is
all of those. Yeah. And what it is like it's allowing everyone to. I mean, at the end of the day, like it's about being competitive. It's about getting out there and winning, but they're having fun doing it, and they're making everybody laugh as they go by talking so much shit. And it's fun. They all talk shit and they all smile at the same time. Like it's just fun. It's really fun.
I do think a lot of credit has to be given to Taylor, because the shit talking in Colton, the shit talking bar has been set so high by them of what's crass and inappropriate, that stuff that used to be crass and inappropriate is now tame. And so everyone's skin has gotten a little bit thicker. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean by that?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, but when you back it up, you can keep on going with it. I think somebody like you know, Taylor talks the most crap in the world, but when he sets a world record against Dallin on the very first Taylor versus anybody, it's like, y'all don't know who you're messing with. Like, and then it grows. And then Colton, the same thing. When Colton talks trash, people need to be scared when Colton talks trash, because if he's talking trash, he's the best one in the world. Like,
yeah. Hey, another thing is too, as hard as it is for what Taylor does every week, the fact that I mean, I'm not taking anything away from how great he is, but the fact that he puts it on the line every week is kind of enough, right? Like, he's letting you come take a shot at him. So you can just, as long as you're letting people take shots at you, I feel like you can almost talk as much shit as you want.
I think you totally can. One of the things that I've noticed, I mean, and this is like over the years, is like the elite level athletes are so hidden. They don't want people to see what they do. They don't want people to see how they perform. They don't want people to know how they eat. They don't want people to know what sort of things they're doing, because they don't want to take any extra chances. I'm not going to use a knife because something bad might happen. But what Taylor does is, like, he's just like, I love the fact that he just throws it out there. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm good enough to say, bring it. And that right there, like, the skin that you get on that, whether you win or you lose, doesn't even matter anymore. So many athletes are afraid to lose. He's just like, line up, man, let's go. And that's honestly, that's scary. That's scary.
And it makes me a fan of the guys that will put themselves out there. Not just Taylor, but like, you know, but like Dallin, Colton, and Jason. And then Tudor, and then, I mean, even Sean Sweeney. I know he couldn't come through with it, but yeah, Yellow Hosta was one of the most BA things I've ever seen from Yellow Hosta.
That was step one of, oh dang, he's actually really cool.
Oh, dude,
he's not like some super quiet, like whatever. Like the workout that he did was nuts, dude, nuts.
You know,
the rope climb one.
Crazy.
Yes, the bike rope climb one, and I'm thinking of. It makes me like those guys more, and then I think Jeff Adler would never do this.
No way,
you know what
dude.
I mean? And I agree with you guys. It's creates characters. You know what I mean?
And it puts money in the pocket. Hey Tyler, does that giant W behind you stand for white?
Yeah. So we don't forget.
Straight from Hickville on Starlink. From the white capital of the world, Tyler Watkins from the Heat One app. In case anyone's concerned, Tyler's the most liberal out of all of us. Sorry, Tyler. You know it's true. I
think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. People want to say I'm the most liberal. I'm going to say it's you. Yours is as infected as I am, I think. No comment from Tyler. What, you have family in the room?
No, it's these stupid dogs. My dad's nice wife she adopts these dogs, and they all suck. Every last one of them suck.
Well, it's okay. It's worth having you here. We'll take some dog barking to have you here. Go ahead. Were you going to say something, Bill?
I was just going to say, could you ever even imagine Pat Vellner hopping on Kill Taylor? Like he's doing that. He's doing that thing right now where he's like, "Hey, give me a workout, and then I'll do it, and I'll just kind of show you how it goes."
Yeah.
But like, there's nothing like $500 on the line. Like, there's no like, that is gutsy, and I can't see any of the best hopping up and doing that.
Do you think that that's good that they don't do it, that they're protecting, or no, it's bad?
Because of this new swing, I think for them it could end up being. I mean, those guys they have the reputation. I mean, everyone knows who they are already. They don't have to.
And technically, they don't have to.
Right? They don't have to. But the thing is that I think that there's a swing now where they will end up swinging out of camera, and everybody else wants to see them swing into frame. You know what I mean?
Well, I can understand why they.
I want Ricky in. I want Ricky on one of these.
Right now, Hosta is the fittest guy that's done it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Earlier today, Souza, Tyler, and Caleb couldn't make it because they were at the retard convention. I guess Tyler got out faster than Souza. Did you hear that comment, Tyler?
They had to let me go early.
You weren't dumb enough.
Yeah.
What's interesting too is it is good for everyone. Like if you come on the show, whether you like us or not, it's good for
Retard
everyone.
conventions.
Those two retard conventions too. But also just think about how fun that is. Think of how much shit Taylor has talked about Tudor. I mean, he's been just outright abusive. And Tudor showed up this morning, did the workout, had Dallin and the fittest and second fittest man on the planet around, had one of the greatest coaches in the CrossFit space, and just fucking took the money. Thank you for the 1,500. Thank you. Peace out. So good. Hey, let me ask you this about Kill Taylor. He gets to do the workout. He does the workout first, so everyone gets to see it. Does that put him at a significant disadvantage?
100%.
I think doing it in an
100% it
apartment
does.
puts him at a disadvantage.
I mean, today was the first. What'd you say? Doing it in an apartment? Yeah, that does. But today was the first time that I really thought it, because they had that giant brain there, Dom, and so he got to see where the issues were. And Tudor had the issues at the same places, but they mitigated that by putting in breaks, right?
No, it's always easier to beat a time than to set a time.
Yeah. All right.
So you don't know how fast. I mean, the plus on Taylor's side is that he knows his body well enough, and he's intelligent enough to he knows where to hit the throttle. But when you're not racing anybody, like the throttle only goes to where you think it needs to go. I mean, you're only racing yourself. Everybody else goes, okay, you mess up here. This is a sticking point. Oh, he went like on the swim workout, the swim burpee one. It's like, oh, he went out way too fast here. Okay, I'll bring it down a little bit, and then I'll be able to help that. And that, yeah, it's a massive, massive learning curve.
To play devil's advocate, though, he also knows the workout.
I get it. I get that he didn't do it,
but he makes it.
But did he?
He does make it. Yeah. That is the huge advantage.
I can make a lot of workouts too, but I know what I think it should do until all of a sudden I get out there and I do it, and I'm like, oh,
sure.
Okay. I may have misread that one just a little bit.
He does get to make the workout, and Larry Young says that's where it evens out. But the problem is, it's open to then the whole world to beat him. Like there's always gonna be a cohort who can beat him.
That's the beauty of the show, man.
Yeah. You just got to be able to get in. I was really excited at how many people we had enter the show so quickly today. That was fantastic. As soon as they saw blood in the water, soon as they saw him take a break too, they were like, okay, I'm fucking in.
I mean, as soon as I saw him doing it between his bed and his drawer, like if I was great at those movements, I'm like, I mean, if I'm in an open space, I have a shot.
Yeah. I was just listening to you guys. But what I could tell in your voices, like V-ups are one of those things, if you slow down, you'll lose. And I could tell in your voices, I was like, oh no, it's going to be close.
Tudor was going back and forth. Like at first he was keeping it close. And then at the last round, Dom's brain, the way Dom organized it was badass. Bryson Del Monte was also on the show today. Just because he makes it doesn't mean it's not a wheelhouse workout for someone else too. And they get to watch him do it first. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, that was that Matt guy.
Matthias.
Yeah.
Matthias. Yeah. He's like, who are you and what? You're in some barn somewhere doing whatever, and he just smashes it.
Again, though, that's the point.
No, I know. That's what makes it so great.
Taylor's one of the fittest guys in the world. I'm not, I know he didn't make the games. He's still one of the fittest guys in the world.
Yeah,
for him to make wheelhouse workouts for himself and then see who can beat him. He made it $3,000 before Matthias did it. It took a Navy swimmer to do it. So far, think about it. The only people that have beaten him, other than Matthew in Pennsylvania, the only people that have beaten him were either like crazy elite at that one discipline or games athlete.
Yep.
Those are the only people. Matthew is, God bless Matthew, right? Because that guy out of nowhere, nobody thought he could do that, and he freaking did it. Other than him, everybody else has made the games or like an elite level swimmer.
I don't agree with you, Lance. Also, it isn't his own money, so ultimately it isn't a huge deal, nothing to lose. If that were the case, then every athlete who only has something to gain would come on and do it. Then it would just be games athletes pouring in. There's something more at stake than the money, and that's the reason why we don't see more people challenging them.
It's reputation.
Yeah. All right. What's
He's-
the?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Have you guys ever seen Stump the Schwab?
Mm.
No.
Okay, well then never mind. It's lost on you guys.
Is it like what is it? You got to ask a
It's-
guy a question.
Of course, I've seen it.
It's just a sports show. This guy knows every single thing there is to know about sports, and they have 3 people on every week, once a week, and then they do different sports category questions. And he's like a genius. He's kind of like Ken Jennings from Jeopardy, but sports. He knows everything. But every once in a while, like 1 out of 10 shows, somebody beats him. But he's like that good that he beats everybody except that show. Kill Taylor is very similar to that, just fitness. But if you haven't ever seen the show, it's not going to hit you.
Stump the Schwab. Any sport, huh?
Any sport. Guy was just nuts.
By the way, I watched the World Championships for the beer mile the other day. Have you guys ever seen this show?
Probably not that sport. But
I didn't know they had world championships for that.
Dude, the champion fucking, when you subtract his beer drinking time, fucking goes sub 4. You chug a beer, you run 400. You chug a beer, run 400 4 times. It's insane.
What are the rules on the
pretty
drink?
big dude.
Like, can you leave? Can you pick up the glass and drink while you're running, or do you have to down?
There's
it
a zone. There's a zone. They say go, and then you grab your bottle and your opener, and you pop, or it's a twist top. You get to choose your beer. It has to be 5% alcohol or more. It has to be 12 ounces or more. There can't be more than 4 ounces left in the bottom of the beer or something like that. They have like these rules they were explaining. And then there's a zone. So everyone starts at the beginning of the zone. It's like 20 feet, and they crack it and they start walking towards the starting line while they're drinking it. And then they hit the starting line and they go. But the dude who wins, it's unreal.
He can run like a 4:30 mile straight up.
Yeah, he ran a sub 4 minute mile when you subtracted the beer drinking time. He ran a 3:57.
I would do 9%ers just to flex on everybody.
That's a good point.
That's
Larry Young, I'm training for it.
there. You got to do beer gone bad. Do
beer gone bad.
That's a beer before you start fight gone bad, and then on the minute break you have to chug a beer. And then at the end, after the last 5 minutes, you have 1 minute to finish another beer. So that's the same thing, 4 beers, and you can't throw up. You got to keep it down.
I'll
challenge do the beer mile.
I'll challenge y'all to Dr. Pepper gone bad. I bet I'll beat everybody.
Hey, they can you shotgun it? Well, it's interesting. I don't think so, but some years you have to use a can, and some years you have to use a bottle. The year I watched, they had to use a bottle.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's pretty impressive. Okay. Most impressive thing you've seen done by any CrossFit Games athlete, not CrossFit related.
That's a hard question, Sebon.
Well,
I wish you would have asked that like today, so we could have thought about
I give you a 2-day. Let me tell you what I found while scrolling deep into the 2008 CrossFit Games Champions Instagram feed. Have you guys seen this before?
No. All
right. Bill Henniger might have the coolest wife in the world. She won the CrossFit Games and she did this. This is absolutely. Oh, Cara Saunders having that baby was pretty wild.
That was pretty crazy. That's right.
That was pretty wild. Cara Saunders birthing video. Good point.
I mean, Adam Klink's 5-minute mile has to be up there, I think. But does that count as CrossFit?
I would consider that CrossFit.
Was he a games athlete?
He's never made the games.
Oh, no. Then he didn't get to enter. But that is impressive. Eaton Beaver, what up, boys? Hey, what's up, dude? By the way, Dave Castro is at the Masters CrossFit Games this weekend. He's there today. I keep seeing pictures and stuff. We'll take a look at his Instagram in a second. Okay, here it is. From Bill Henniger's Instagram. Oh, it was Bill's Instagram that I was trolling. My wife is pretty cool. Here we go. That is a deer, and that is the 2008 CrossFit Games champion. The deer is caught in the fence. We will get Bill as a firefighter. I'm sure he's rescued many a cat from a tree. If this is the correct protocol that he would do if he was called to a deer caught in a fence. That looks dangerous to me. What she's doing. Do deer bite?
No, they just kick real hard.
You have to be careful. They'll break their own back if you rough them too much.
How much do you think that weighs? 150?
No, I would say 100.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Katie Henniger, owner of Rogue, 2008 CrossFit Games champion. Bill, what do? You get a call. You ever been called to a deer stuck in a fence?
We've done like horses that are stuck in like mud bogs and stuff like that. Those take some time to get out. I'm surprised
You got to put a rope around a horse though and like pull them out. You're not putting your body.
No,
out
Bill
there.
carried it out. Shut up, John.
I mean, on my back, I just like threw them on, and pulled them out.
Do you have a mural, Bill?
Back of the fence, and then grab.
Oh, just picked his leg up.
Yeah. Like why?
Katie's all muscle, no brain. Katie's all muscle, no brain. She's all muscle, no brain.
I like how Evan shows us this awesome thing, and Bill goes, "Man, she was kind of dumb though, right? Like
she's not a professional, Bill. She's just an animal lover."
You know what I did see? I saw Jason Hopper was on the First Form, did like this fitness archery thing. And he was amazing with a bow, dude. So like if it was him,
Luke win that?
Yeah.
It
was awesome. I mean, he's got a great shot too. And I think he would have done the whole thing different instead of Katie going and picking the whole thing up, trying to unhook it that way. Jason just would have went whoop, done.
Venison,
right? Dinner done.
Yeah, look at Heidi Kroom. I would make venison.
Jason's 420 watts on a bike erg for 20 minutes.
That was silly.
That's probably up there with one of the most crazier things a CrossFitter is capable of.
Oh, what about this one? What about Bronislav doing his 250 or 275, whatever, like hands together?
No, I put Jason's over that because I can get close to that.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can whatever. Yeah, I can do 225 like that.
225
I'm not
what?
like cross hands, but like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 185 like that cold, like
snatch,
just clowning around.
Yeah, squat snatch.
Yeah,
wow.
I 275 is not. It is, but I'm saying, I think Jason's the only person who can do that, and I think multiple people can do what Bronislav did.
Jason Hopper.
Yeah.
What did he do exactly?
He held 420 watts on a bike erg.
Means nothing to me. I don't own a bike erg. That's
all right. Hey, it's a 132. Yeah. It's a 132 pace for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't own one of those, so I don't know that stuff. I know it's a CrossFit Games update show, but it's my show. What do you do on the assault bike? I know assault bike.
It's like 90 RPMs on an assault
and that's bike. CrossFit stuff. I like this. There's a deer involved.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you do. Okay.
You need an animal, something outside of the state.
Yeah, I mean, Hepner's Tactical Games was up there then.
Like, all right. All right.
You know, Hepner's like the 3-time Tactical Games champ just because he went out and wanted to do it. It took him a little bit to learn how to shoot.
Okay. Talking about the Tactical Games. So the 7th, September 7th, is one of the Tactical Games. Jason Khalipa is going to be in this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else is going to be in this one? Sevon? Justin Judkins.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at him.
He's always been like a hunter guy. And he hit me up. It was funny. He hit me up like 2 weeks ago. And he's like, hey, how did you get ready the week of regionals? Like, how was your training like the week of regionals? I'm like, why? What are you talking about? He's like, well, I'm going to do the Tactical Games. I'm like, oh, sweet. That's cool. There's a lot of people.
Is Jacob going against Jason?
I don't know how they do that.
I think Jacob's the national champion.
Yeah. I think this is just like a competition. I don't think it's the nationals. I mean, I might be wrong. I don't know. Who knows?
Someone said Sevon getting Turkish getup. I don't know where that video is, but Max Mormont did in the early days Turkish getup me. I was probably 155 pounds then. That was pretty wild. I was scared. I thought I was going to snap his arm off. I don't know where that video is.
Colton's 365 for 30. That's probably up there.
For 30 what?
Reps. He did 365, squatted 30 reps
Without putting the bar down?
without putting the bar down. That's probably up there. Chandler's 500 for 10. Deadlift is up there.
Paige
I
Powers
like
is
how you ask for cross or not CrossFit, and also can give us CrossFit answers.
Wow, that's just a single thing, though. It's not cross. It's lifting weights.
Sevon not finishing the open. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Thank you, Barry. CrossFit Games athlete Paige Powers is about to do something impressive. She too is going to push out a baby. Paige Powers reveals she's pregnant. I almost was like, is she even old enough to like? How old is Paige? I guess it's the South. Paige Powers will not be competing in the 2025 CrossFit Games season. You don't know that.
She's from Michigan.
The reason the two-time individual CrossFit Games athlete and two-time teenage CrossFit Games athlete announced that she is pregnant. Powers shared the news on her YouTube channel. So congratulations to her. That's crazy. John, does she come back and compete again?
Yeah, she's young. I think she's 23.
No
23,
shit.
24.
So she's going to be the youngest one to do it.
Yes, yeah. But no, for sure. I think she comes back. I don't know how good she will be, but I think she'll make the games again and continue to compete.
I think they all come back better, don't they?
Seems like it.
We've only had two, and they're two. We've had three, and all three of them are some of the greatest CrossFitters to ever do it.
I think Annie Sakamoto came back in the day.
Hell, Ariel didn't even have a career until she had a baby.
Was better. Yeah, but I'm talking about people who were competing and then had a baby and then came back. The three.
Who are they? Valerie Voberl?
Well, no, I'm thinking of Annie, Cara, and Tia.
Yes.
You know, and those.
I think
women,
Valerie got on the podium too. I mean, I know that's old school, but
did she have a kid and then come back, or did she
Yes.
already have a kid?
she had a kid.
You see what I'm saying?
I think it's the other way around. She got on the podium first, I think. That would have been what, 13? 12.
I know she competed after. I remember she qualified for the games through SoCal, through the Del Mar Regional, because I remember interviewing her there, and I said, "Hey, so what kind of music you listen to?" And she goes, "A lot of kid songs like ABC and Sesame Street." And I was like, "Okay, good answer."
She got third or whatever in 13.
13, that's what it was.
At the games?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I think she was a mom.
Yeah, she was.
I think she had the baby the year before. Paige is 21.
Jesus.
Wow.
Plenty of time to come back.
Wow.
You weren't in Knoxville, were you? I got Sevon. I remember walking around down in the bottom. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I was down like in the bottoms, you know. And her and her boyfriend or whatever were just around each other like the whole weekend, and it's like no two people existed in their universe. You could tell, like them standing like 3 feet away from each other. It was like you two are the only people that exist in your universe this weekend.
Oh, so they're just madly in love. They're like just coiling snakes.
It was like I didn't even know he was her boyfriend, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever's going on there is going to be a thing, and it just kept walking.
Heidi Kroom, Billy Grundler is so smart. I agree. A non sequitur. Okay. I don't know if I've told you guys this story.
Good story.
No, it's not good. It's ruthless. It's ruthless. It's ruthless.
I hadn't stopped you in the past.
I'm standing by Dave at event number 1. Lazar's girlfriend runs up. Anya, I can't find Lazar. You guys know the rest of the story. Dave then says, he hasn't come in yet. She says, yes, he should have. He was right at the buoy. Dave turns to someone and says, hey, has Lazar come in? They said his chip timer's come in. He says it to her. She says, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She's crying. I give her a hug. I said, dude, being concerned about your dude is not like something you should be sorry about. And then Dave turns to someone right after and says, I want to get a visual of every single fucking athlete that's come in. I turn around and I start walking. I immediately just turn around and start walking towards the ice barrels. and I say to an athlete, have you seen Lazar? And this athlete says to me, he's probably at the bottom of the lake. True story. Bill's like, you shouldn't have told that one. True story.
Well,
Just as a
okay,
just
no, I mean, that was not like no one's being mean.
no,
Like,
no.
wasn't
I
like
could
a
anyone
talk.
could have said it. Anyone could have said
I
it.
bet that person wishes
Especially-
they did not say that. Though.
Oh
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not-
Anyone could have said it. Oh, someone
It's-
Vindicate says I told that one already. Did I? Oh. Well,
Especially though, if you're boys with Lazar, like if John and I were swimming with each other and I
Yeah,
beat
total
him,
bro.
I would be like, yeah, he's at
Yeah.
the bottom of the lake.
And
That's a
I
bro.
would be.
I told that one already. Shit. I have no filter.
Do you want to text the group of who that person was?
Sure. Yeah. All right. So there's that. I thought I had to slip that in. I'll probably tell that story again in a week like I've never told it before. You told us that story on the show last week. All right, fine. Fuck it. All right. Trademark. Okay. Coffee Pods and Wads tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Patrick, Vellner, and Fikowski. Have I talked about that yet?
I don't think so.
No, I started the show with that, John. That was a trick question.
Okay.
So congratulations to Paige Powers. I watched the John Woolley. I've been watching some John Woolley videos,
It's a dangerous path.
and I've thought he's been doing really good, and he's doing solo talks. You know, where he just talks to the camera, and he's keeping it in that 9 to 12 minute range. And then today he went back and he did a podcast, or yesterday or whatever, with Nikki Brazer. And I have to say, with peace and love, I wanted to blow my fucking brains out.
With peace and love.
With all due respect,
You can't just say with all due respect.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because when John Woolley talks just by himself, he actually gives you details. He'll be like, well, I'm just making this up, but he'll be like, the athletes have been advocating for years. In 2017, they wrote a letter to Dave and they requested XYZ, and you'll know what he's talking about. In this podcast, there's no details. It's just all fluff words. It's all they've been advocating for themselves. I'm like, okay, let's hear. What have they been doing? Or they want change. They've been saying for, okay, well, what are they going to do? Or a lot of people are upset. Okay, what are they upset about? And it's fucking an hour of just nothing about me having to believe these abstract concepts and ideas. And I just wanted to, it's such, and the views show it, right? When he's on there with Nikki, the views are 1/10 what they are when he's just on there by himself. And this type of talking, it's almost like malicious. This when you're just vague, when you're just throwing words out there. It's like when Cooper called John a misogynist. I want to know what not finding if not finding a woman is misogynist, finding a woman attractive is misogynist, then we're all misogynists, because there's going to be a woman out there that you don't find attractive. I don't understand. Like, then at that point, the word has no meaning. You don't call him a misogynist. Like, let me hear about the time where he's gathering women up and beating them and telling them he hates women. I mean, that's what I need to hear. Have you ever done that, John?
no.
So
Anyway, I do.
John Woolley does shows. You like them. Nikki shows up. A female shows up, and you don't like them. The strong women.
Maybe
week
that's
taught us
misogynist. Maybe that's
that
misogynist.
You like boys.
Yeah.
The strong women told us that you like boys.
The strong one. Right.
That's what they told us.
No. What happened was when John can talk and it's only him, he has he's got to feel the space, which means he has to open up what he's saying. He's got to at least have some sort of
He
explanation
has
about
to expand.
when he's back and forth with Nikki. And Nikki, when she did the interviews, like for the CrossFit Games and stuff like that, you don't get a lot of depth on the questions. What are you going to do tonight to recover?
How'd you feel out
What
there?
are you thinking about? Like, there's not going to be the depth that you're looking for. You know what I mean? And like they both just they shut. Here's the question, very vague. Here's a very vague answer, because that's the only answer you can really give for it.
And then the people in the comments are like, yeah, good job. Yeah, they have been advocating for themselves. I'm like, dude, I just have to take your word for that. Like, what did they do? Like, I feel like it's almost like it's like witch hunt talk. It's like inciting violence. I have some clips. I have a clip that I'd like to play. And I'll get to it in a minute. But from that, or maybe I won't. But from that podcast, there was something interesting that Wooly said in there. He said that he's hearing a lot that people think that CrossFit should break the games off or sell the CrossFit games from the methodology. And it's funny, like I've heard that very little. And so I thought it was interesting that he said he's heard that a lot. Are you guys hearing that?
I would really like to know, because all three of us have very different experiences of what it is like to be in CrossFit right now.
Right.
What are you hearing, Bill? Because you're on an affiliate.
I mean, as far as like the members go, like they don't really care. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't affect the members that are coming in to get their workout. You know what I mean? I think right now I will hear generally just like in the, not specifically, like I'm not talking to anyone and being like, hey, do you think it should be broken off? But I see everyone clamoring, like all the PFAA clamor and you know, all the people that, all the athletes that were putting their information, their comments up about what they thought should happen. They want something to change. They don't know what that is. And again, I just feel like whether it's getting rid of Dave or peeling off the games, that those are, you do one thing and it's going to fix all the problems, whatever issue we may have or might have in the future. And I think that's what the action is, but I don't think that that's what the reality would be. I mean, in all reality, like I know myself personally, probably like the 2018 games when, and this is like, I mean, I think that was one of the best years ever in CrossFit. And I felt that like Greg reached in and grabbed the guts out of CrossFit and just ripped it out, because all of a sudden he was saying, hey, the games is overtaking what I'm trying to do here. And I saw that there was that battle between like him and Dave. So I was, at that time, I was thinking like, okay, cool, make it two totally different things. CrossFit sport, CrossFit methodology. It could all be under the same umbrella, but it should be run as like two totally different things. I think now, I don't believe now that it could happen. I don't think that there's the infrastructure. I don't think that there are the people that are in place to do something like that. And I don't think that they could get the messaging right to make it happen that way. If it leaves CrossFit, it won't be the CrossFit game. Even if Rogue was to take it or whatever, I don't think it would be the same. I don't think it'd be the same.
There's a stratification in what I hear. So like the newbies, they're like, oh man, that's terrible, somebody died at the games. But they don't really, you know, it doesn't really matter to them. It doesn't affect them. I shouldn't say they don't care. It's just that it doesn't affect them. They're going to class and that's what they want. For the people that I've been around for a long time that have enjoyed the sport for a long time, there is this sense of exhaustion of dealing with HQ, and it's just something all like that's the common like theme that I hear from everybody is it's just something all the time. Like they're tired of it not working all the time. And it's like, yeah, the sport works every year, but it's like there's always so much drama. And then it's like, and that they all say like that's fine until a guy dies. And then they're like, that's when they start wanting to like say things like maybe Dave should go, or maybe CrossFit should sell to Rogue or something like that. There's just this sense of exhaustion that I get with the long-term folks. But like you said, like with the everyday folks, it just doesn't matter. Like they don't care.
Do you hear what, John? What do you think? Do you hear that to break the games off? And then I'll follow up with that with the part two. Do you feel like you're hearing that break the games off or sell the games? Because I don't hear that. I mean, very little.
I've heard it.
I've heard it too.
I haven't. It hasn't been like, hey, this is what's going to happen or this is what needs to happen. I've just heard it thrown out there. I think everything is just a cluster right now, and they have a lot of decisions to make. They have a lot of things to air out. They don't need to figure out what direction we're going to go and what the next year looks like. And right now, I think it's just a cluster of everything. And then they have to, you know, we have no idea what HQ is going to do. That's all that I've heard. I haven't heard it's leaning towards one way or the other at all. I think it's just a cluster of everything, and nobody has any idea. And then I think we will know everything by the time Rogue is over. Like I'm saying, if anybody's going to get fired, it will happen. If the games is going to split off from the affiliates, it will happen. If they're going to sell it and Don's not the CEO, or like any situation you want to think of, I'm willing to bet it's done before Rogue. But right now, there is nothing that anybody knows.
You're out of your mind if you think a single action will happen before December. You're out of your mind.
No, I think it has to.
Oh, what do you mean? Has to.
Oh, okay.
I think the further and further away you push decisions to be made, the less and less CrossFit as a whole can get past this year. And that's what they want. They want to get past this year. They want to, we're kind of at a low point. And I know we've had a lot of low points, right? We're basically a roller coaster. But I think the further and further you push it down the road, you just stay here. More people get upset. More people are confused. Like if you make decisions, doesn't matter what they are, but if you make decisions and like, this is where we're headed, this is the direction, this is what we chose to do, this is what's going to happen next year, then you can move on. And people like us are going to have to deal with it, whether we like it or not. And then we will talk on, okay, this is how it's going to be. And that's what I think. If I was HQ,
why do you think they hired a third-party investigator? That third-party investigator is going to find some stuff, and then they're going to say, oh, okay, they're going to do this announcement about this is what they found, and we're going to make some decisions off of this.
Why did they hire a third party? Why did they answer that question? I'm very curious about that. Why did they hire a third party? A PR or insurance they had to legally, or is it a PR move? Why did they? That's a great question.
I think that's yes to all those answers. Yes to all those questions.
Like legally they have to, by PR they have. Do you think legally they have to?
If I'm in trouble, I can't go, well, let me go ahead and check out myself, and I'll let you know if I messed up or not.
But what do you mean by in trouble? Like the only person they're in trouble with is a possible lawsuit and insurance company, right? I mean, that's the only thing on the line is
reputation. I mean, like, legally, yeah.
The PR thing is, I think, the biggest reason right now.
Right.
Is to continue to buy yourself time. They don't know what they're going to do, and they don't know, like, if say Lazar's going to sue or not Lazar, but Lazar's family's going to sue, like they have to prep for that as well. So they're probably going to hire a third-party investigation to back themselves up on that. But like they're just buying time and then consoling the community by being like, hey, someone's looking at it. So that way that the community feels safe and that there's something going on.
Hey, I think you guys have just convinced me that it was a mistake to tell the community that there's a third-party investigation.
What if they hadn't?
So no, I mean, who cares? Like, how many people care? 1% of the community, 2%? What percent?
Well, hold on. So, Sevan, you've always been of the camp that the games is our greatest social media outlet to get people to the affiliate, right? Like you've always agreed that like those things should be stuck together, right?
Right. I don't know if I'd say the greatest, but yeah, huge. I think it's a huge marketing opportunity.
Okay, a huge marketing opportunity. Okay, if the hugest marketing opportunity that we have has a black mark of a death on it and they aren't doing anything, then that is going to affect that. Then what you're saying, that's going to affect the affiliates. Right?
How about this? How about you're going to fucking lose your shit when I say this? How about this? The death may be a black mark on the affiliates, which is bad, right? But it might not be a black mark on the games.
How would you say that?
Yeah, I was going to say elaborate.
I think it has to be.
You think it has to be?
Yeah, someone died, Sevan. Like, that's not...
Yeah. But you think the Isle of Man, TTT, you think the deaths there are a black mark on that event? Every year someone dies there. Why do you think that event is so big?
In the Isle of Man?
Somebody dies there every year.
Someone dies there every year, and that's the whole thing with the fucking event. You know why
I think it's a part of their culture.
You know why the Hawaiian Ironman's so fucking huge? because ABC in the wild world of sports showed fucking people fucking crawling over the finish line, people like collapsing.
They didn't die.
Okay.
You know
I'm
what
willing-
bike riding?
Hold on.
I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Bill.
I was just gonna say on that one thing that you're talking right there. That's the athlete. What they're showcasing is the athlete pushing to their ultimate limit.
Right.
Not that something happened and they weren't able to be saved. That's a different story. Like I get what you're saying.
We know that, but I'm just saying in the world, like I think this story comes away. Like you remember Tony Budden said it in an interview in 2008. Yeah. This thing is so fucking hard you could die.
Yeah.
And that was when it was laughable to say.
to you now.
Now maybe.
Right, yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. It's the
dude.
Go watch the 2008 games.
If you would have done the games in 2008, John, you would have been like, "This shit's fucking hard."
I bet you would.
Me right now,
the Pendleton run.
Dude, there was a special.
Me right now, I'm looking at Khalifa in the eye and being like, "Bro, you're coming in second."
There's a
2008 games.
You're out of your mind.
That's because you've been doing CrossFit for all of this time, dude.
I'm saying you would look at me right now and say that was gonna be hard.
Yeah,
no,
we would
sir.
put you at 2008.
I was 14.
Doing your normal stuff. Not CrossFit stuff.
In 2009, there was that guy crying in the ice bath. He was a special forces, Australian special forces, and he's crying in the ice bath, and he was saying, I should not be doing this. I have a family at home. Like he knew.
Like,
remember that guy?
Let's have that
Gunler?
guy do 20. Yeah. Let's have that guy do 2015.
I think that dude may have been juiced to the gills. He was huge. He was huge. What
John is saying about like having to have something done by December, I don't disagree with him, because the thing is, like, if you don't do something, like you can, I mean, I think what the athletes are really clamoring about is, especially like Pat, this is Pat's line. I won't let this be forgotten. So he's going to constantly be yelling it and yelling it and yelling it and yelling it and rallying.
As he should.
Want to do, as he should. Totally. I'm not saying
as he should.
Wrong, right?
Yeah.
Until something is changed. But the problem is that rushing the change of doing something just to say, okay, well, so we take Dave out and that's going to fix everything. Or even if you were to sell the games off to someone, let's say Rogue has it. Who's to say that like something like that wouldn't happen or wouldn't ever happen again? You can't say that no one will ever get hurt or ever die at a sport event. You can't say that.
And Sevon, to your point about why is like the Iron Man is still super, super popular. Somebody dies there every year.
More popular. We would have never seen. I would have never even heard of it if people weren't dying at it.
I got you. The very first time somebody died, it was probably a black mark for them. And then they were like, well, it's kind of going to happen. And now it's accepted.
Oh, shit.
Yes or no?
I mean,
I have seen.
That probably happened in 1920 when no one gave a shit.
Hey, dude, the most popular guy in football when I was a fucking kid was this fucking guy.
Aaron Hernandez.
I think his name was Jack Tatum on the Raiders. And he fucking hit this dude so fucking hard, and the dude never fucking walked again. He hit a dude
Jake, what's his last name?
Wasn't Jack Tatum?
I don't think
No, he's
so.
talking about another guy. Sean Taylor.
Wasn't it Kenny Stabler?
Stabler was the quarterback.
I was the quarterback.
Oh, okay, got you. Oh, you're talking about
Mehoff?
John, you're not allowed to do that.
To your point, though, Sevon, so what you're saying is
I got you,
the games will move on, like John's saying, like, hey, it's kind of just going to happen. But people will not go into affiliates because it'll be like CrossFit kills you. That's what you're saying.
I mean, the concern is that there's just negative press out there that's what they got from the $20 or $30 million, whatever, $10 million they spent on the games this year. They got a bunch of press that said people will die at the games. And then you got fucking morons like that lady, that attorney who said, yeah, and there's no swimming pools at affiliates, and so why are they swimming at the event? Not even mentioning that they've had swimming at fucking the last 10 games as the first event. Not mentioning it's only a 4-mile event and not a 140-mile event when she compared it to triathlons. Not mentioning the fact that they were that guy swam it 3 days before, and that the event had been announced 3 weeks before. I mean, so that's what they're getting. They're getting idiot fucking YouTube lawyers that fucking a third grader could outthink, commenting on it, and that's what they paid for their $10 or $20 million.
She's making that. that mistake though is because it's the CrossFit games. So she's assuming we're testing CrossFit. If she was going off the affiliate model
Oh,
of like
Bill's
we
gonna
train
love this.
CrossFit
Bill's gonna love this.
versus the fittest on earth, if you're talking about fitness, I bet she doesn't make that comparison.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
this
she
is
understands
Bill
it.
loves this. This is splitting the methodology from the sport. Bill loves this. Hey.
I do think that they are. I do think that they're different. You know, one, like, we are trying to help people have a fit life for as long as they possibly can. The competition, nobody cares how fit they're going to be in 5 years. No one cares if they have diabetes and are they training to get rid of diabetes. All we want to know is who can lift the fastest, the strongest. The problem is that, like, that piece we have to tell. And I don't mind, I love the conversation. When I have new people come in, they're like, I've always heard that, like, you guys don't care about form and all you care is about going as heavy as you can and in intensity. Like, that's not all we care about. Although that's how you get these gains, blah, blah, blah. What I thought was interesting, though, was I don't know if it was in our thread that someone put it, or it just came up on my thread. There was a video where these two guys, it was on a podcast, and they were talking about what happened. And they said, what's crazy now is CrossFitters, they train to high intensity so much that they don't even know when they're close to a suit. Like, they don't know what that high intensity is anymore. Like, they're just like, to just bury myself on a regular basis, I should just go that hard. And they don't, like, those are people that don't understand
what it's like,
the capacity of these athletes are. And
that was
where
the
they
other problem with the
from.
lawyer. Yeah, she had no idea. She was comparing these little stick figures to CrossFitters. They go 140 miles.
I had these two drop-ins that were from Mississippi, and the girl, actually, it was really funny, John. The one dude had the Brandon Luckett, the washed up John Young shirt. It was awesome. But anyway, they came in and she just started doing CrossFit last November. So she's almost been doing it a year. And she, before this, like, she had an Ironman tattoo on her ankle. I'm like, oh man, Ironman, huh? And she's like, yeah. It's like, I've done it like 2 of them now. And I go, oh, where did you do them? And she said, in Texas. And I go, oh, well, tell me about it. Like, what did you think about what happened and how hot it was? And she's like, yeah, it's hot in Texas. Like, that, it just is, and
Well,
when you
that's
do
what Henshaw said before the fact too.
Right. So it's like, that's what I mean. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways to get fired up on it. But again, it's like, okay, what are you trying to do? All right, like, okay, we can't bring Lazarus back. So what are we trying to fix now? I mean, whatever happens with the family, like, that's a whole separate deal. Like, that's going to go off on its own. But as far as, like, with CrossFit, what I wish could happen, and and honestly, I think it's wasteful thinking, honestly, because we've seen what CrossFit puts out on their social media, which is nothing. And if anything, and we've talked about this on a couple other shows. Okay, all that stuff's happening. Double down then on the CrossFit methodology side, the affiliate side.
Yeah. They should be putting stuff out every day. I agree. That's how they
So
should be moving forward.
what's happening is nothing's happening.
Yeah.
That's
right? So we're just ruminating on it.
Yeah.
So it's either you're hiding it,
but
you
Bill,
don't know with it, you are the one that's wrong, or whatever. Like,
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Floyd 19. We did not have the horsepower. We had no media team. So when Floyd 19 took over, if we would have had a media team, we could have been showing videos every single day of someone being cured of type 2 diabetes, someone snatching 300, someone being taught the squat. We didn't have any of the tools to do that. So the narrative was just taken over. Now CrossFit's in the exact same position. There's this huge narrative out there. And since CrossFit's not telling the community what the narrative should be, they can't control the narrative, or they can't change the direction of it. It's being told from everyone from the outside. It's the identical thing. They're not equipped to control the narrative. And I don't even.
All it takes is one person there to put up something about how great CrossFit is and what it does for people's lives. You tell me they don't have something like that to think?
Yep.
They have one person. Like,
yep.
I am not a social media guy. I go through waves of, like, oh, I'll post things and then I don't post anything for like 3. Like, that's how I operate. I'm old though. They have people in their little area, small team or not. They could do one cheesy ass stupid video to put something up because it's got to be the constant drip about what CrossFit does for people. right now, the only thing that's said is CrossFit kills people, and we have a bunch of old people and young kids that are doing this competition thing over there, but you're not going to hear about that at all. You might hear about it, maybe.
And that we
But
hate
probably
strong
not.
women.
And that we hate strong women. I mean, like that's all we have right now. That's nothing. That's crap.
John.
Hey, I want to go back to this thing that you said about these options of firing Dave and selling CrossFit games or peeling it off. And the problem with that kind of talk is you
Not
don't
options, demands.
demands. You don't if you don't know what step 2 is, you're in big fucking trouble. And so you want to sell the games. Have you looked? Point to one successful other CrossFit event. Just one. Point to one to me. I want to see one. I want to see one sustainable event. First of all, and we have shitloads of athletes coming out who are saying, oh yeah, there's no comparison between the safety and the organization of the CrossFit Games to any event I've ever been at. And so the only other one that I think is quote unquote successful, we all know what it is. It's Rogue. And you have to presume it's being subsidized by Rogue the same way that the games is being subsidized by the affiliates and the seminars. I mean, so there's not even a step 2. It's like fucking a hole and not knowing what it's attached to. It really is. It's like, wow, that was your first move. You saw a hole and just stuck your dick in it. Like you didn't think like maybe check around, see what it's attached to. It's literally like that.
There's no 3 steps. It's like, that's what I mean. Cut Dave, boom, it'll fix everything. No.
Yeah.
Pull the games off, boom, it'll fix everything. No, that's not what it works. That's an okay. If that's an option, what are the things going downstream of that? And no one ever thinks about that. And
God, I just saw Judy Reed in the comments, and I saw a video today that I wanted to show her. Damn, I don't see it in my notes. Damn it. All right. Sorry, Bill. Go ahead. Bill. Yeah. What happens after Dave, or what happens after you sell it? Yeah. What happens?
Same thing.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, what's step 2? I mean, not even step 2, step 3. But that seems to be like that's the knee jerk on all of these things, and that's where like, I mean, I just standing back, I get nervous. Like I agree with John. Something will happen by December. I could see something happening, but the concern is, are you doing that because it's really something and it's really going to be a fix? Or are you doing that just to throw it in the water to feed the fish? You know what I mean?
And the morons are saying out there, hey, dude, what about personal accountability? What about personal responsibility? Like they think that somehow this conversation we're having absolves personal responsibility or absolves accountability. But hey, dude, we have another perfect example of that, of what happened in society. We had the George Floyd incident go down. All cops were vilified. And now all of a sudden murder rate skyrocketed. Is that what we wanted? That wasn't the outcome we wanted. No. But somehow someone got the enjoyment of punishing cops. And thousands of more people died in the country. It's fucking insane. It's an identical parallel. It doesn't mean that someone shouldn't take responsibility. It doesn't mean there doesn't need to be changes. They just shouldn't fucking be knee jerk. You shouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater. What is it? And the Greg used to say it all the time. The cure shouldn't cause more damage than the incident or whatever. The injection, the disease,
disease or the underlying issue. It is. You're right. It's treating symptoms instead of the root cause.
Once again.
Yeah.
Once again. And there's tons of things.
That's what I'm nervous about.
What's that?
I don't know if the team that's there now has the ability to think that way. Like if you had people that were like born and bred CrossFit, like, I mean, talk about the old regime that was in there with Greg and everybody else. I think that they would have been like, okay, not just like, well, fuck it, we'll just go this way anyway. But like, all right, what do we think the direction should go to do this? Not like we need to appease. And I feel like right now you have a bunch of people that have worked in other big companies, and I would think classically just kind of dance around whatever issues there are. They don't take big action.
It's the playbook that they know. Build this business in this certain way. And I'm going to pick on Jenna, but like Barry's was built in a very certain way. It's the regular like scale of a business sort of situation. And it's like, is that Barry's is never going to have to deal with something like this, and then the community having this sort of outrage of something like this. They have to realize that they're not running like a Barry's boot camp. This is not what that is.
If someone gets AIDS in the shower at Barry's through casual sex, it's not going to diminish their.
That's not on Barry's.
I had a couple examples. That was the one I went with.
That was a good one.
Hey, I do not envy her position. She brought in 6 months ago to the worst fucking media team in the history of fucking CrossFit. She has to be brought up to fucking speed on just complete fucking dirtbags that worked in that fucking department. I mean, of the highest order.
I'm not picking on Jenna directly. I just know that she worked at Barry's, and I needed a company as an example. But could you imagine being Jenna actually right now? You've been in your job a year, and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I don't envy her.
I think she's only been there 6 months. How about Dawn? How about Dawn too? Okay. Let me also say this really quick about the PFAA. So what we were talking about was making me think when we were talking about the knee-jerk reaction, get rid of Dave, or people saying peel off the games, which I don't hear. And I don't even hear people saying fire Dave, except for the fact that they said it. But so basically what I'm hearing, my analysis is, and you guys unfuck me if I'm wrong, is it's their way of trying to get control. But the truth is that they could contribute so much and offer so much already without those two options. Once again, it's like the people wanting to burn down the federal courthouse in Portland, but you haven't even written a letter to your local politician or run for office. Burning down the courthouse seems a little premature if you're not voting, if you're not writing letters, or you haven't run for office yourself. And that's what I feel like we're getting from them. And that's why I get so upset from like Wooly and Nikki Brazer podcast, because they're like, well, they've been doing stuff for years. Okay, I'm ready.
That's what I'm waiting to hear.
I'm ready. Just tell me one. Did he pass something out to everyone? Did Brent pass something out to everyone telling them to take Listerine when they got out of the water? Because I saw him do it. I mean, that seems like a pretty important thing, right? In the years past, people got out of the lake and supposedly they had some sort of infection. So if you're head of the PFAA and you're taking Listerine to kill bacteria out of your mouth, you think you'd share that with every single athlete? No? Yes? You guys with me? No?
I'm interested to see if the athletes would echo the same thing.
Echo the same thing with what? Well,
with what Wooly said. Like,
but
PFAA
dude,
has been doing things for years. I don't think all the athletes would agree with him.
But here's the thing. That's like I just need one. I want to see the list of what they've done. It's been weeks now. All we're hearing is words like advocate and change, and there's still nothing. We've given them more for what they could start doing moving forward than they've told us what the problem is. And what's pissing me off is people are buying that shit, and they're regurgitating it. Can you guys tell me one thing that they've done?
They've demanded things.
They worked with Wadapalooza. I mean,
but what did they do there? Like, that's what I mean. Like,
and was that not the year they were swimming in the dark? They worked with Wadapalooza and they were swimming in the dark.
Bill came to my house and helped my family. How did he help? He saved my cat from the tree. Okay, there's one thing. What else? He serviced my wife. Damn. All right, thank you, Bill.
I do what I can.
There's two things. I just want to. It's insane that people are doing content and still just saying words like advocate and change. It's just horseshit.
I honestly, I think the hardest thing that I'm having with the PFAA thing is the fact that you have athletes. Like, these are athletes that want to know, want to be able to say, want to be able to order, want to be able to demand all of these things about, like, let me as the athlete look at your event and see if I give you my approval. I'm going to compete in the event, but I want to let you know that if I give it the dominus ominous of it's okay or not. And these people, like, who are they? They're no, like, they are.
But they could be. But what I'm saying is they could be, and I have no issue with them becoming that if they'll offer. Like, if they were in their 5th year of giving stuff out, like, what's going to be great tomorrow? What's going to be great tomorrow?
Not hall monitors, man.
But listen, wouldn't it be great tomorrow if Patrick and Brent came on the show and they're like, "Look, dude, we sent this to Dave 2 months ago saying at every swim event, we wanted a lifeguard for every person that was in the water. And we never got a response. I mean, that would be fucking like,
Yeah, you'd be like, I get it.
okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And then everybody
I
talking trash
honestly,
on the PFAA would be like, no, they're in the right and Dave is in the wrong.
Yeah, I would be like, I get it.
totally. But the thing is that even
But if
like
it
with
comes
that,
out tomorrow, that they were offered to look at the safety protocols and they refused, now we have a bigger problem.
dude, I think you could be shown. I honestly believe this, that they could have taken the safety protocol, whatever the heck it was, and given it to the PFAA, and they would look at it and go like, cool, you got a boat, you have a couple jet skis, sweet, awesome. They're not going to know. They are not safety personnel. They don't know to go, hey, let me look. How do you have these people set up? What is your rescue protocol in case something goes down? How does this going to set up? If you have a rescue that goes in, does the event stop? Does it pull out? Like, they're not going to look at that. They don't know to look at that stuff.
That's a really good point, because
It's-
their
it's-
authority right now is that they didn't kill a guy. That's
Yes.
it.
Right.
And let me say this before you type something up and post it in YouTube. No one type in there, because just stop yourself. Don't say, oh my God, you guys are blaming the PFAA. No, we're not. We're not. What we're saying is, if they if they want to step in and take control and have authority, you have to earn it. That's all we're saying. We're not absolving CrossFit of anything. So there's always like 5 of those in the comments. Oh, now you're shifting the blame, or oh, you're not listening. No, you please stop. It's you who's not listening. We are not doing that. We are not doing that. We've built the story up to where we think they're trying to take control of something. We're like, hey, you want to take control? Start with this by taking control of what you can take control of.
What
Bill's probably more passionate about fixing this problem than anybody I've talked to thus far.
I
Dude,
agree.
when it went down, I was like, I literally sat down on a piece of paper and I drew out exactly where I would have everybody set up.
Yeah.
I have the whole
real,
thing.
real action, real fixes.
Totally. Let's just say PFA does their thing and people are like, all right, we are going to make sure that PFA comes in and approves, drops the holy water on our event, and we can do our thing and everything is good. And then something happens. Whose fault is it? Is the PFA going to go down?
John.
We'll find out at the NorCal Classic.
Yeah. So NorCal Classic, perfect example. Like if something happens, whose fault is it? Is it NorCal or is it PFAA for saying, hey, yes, this is an appropriate thing? Because we are the safety people. We now saying that it's okay. Because if you're the safety guy, you say it's okay and something goes down, I would think that would be on you.
Why did Blair and Ben partner up with the PFAA? They must add some value.
I think what it was just personally, and I haven't talked to those guys about this, but I know that they were, I think it was going to be a licensed event, a licensed CrossFit event. This whole thing went down. They said, hey, we're not gonna take our swimming out. So we're not a licensed event. Okay, cool. Great job. I literally think that this was, okay, athletes or competitors are all flipped out now. So we're going to do this to kind of pacify everyone.
Wait, why would that? Oh, athletes are flipped out about the swimming?
Yeah, because I mean, all of a sudden now it's a dangerous thing and everyone.
Hey, dude, the coolest thing about the event,
temporary rubber stamp.
The coolest thing about the event is Colton, Tudor, and Taylor Self. Listen, it doesn't need any stamp from CrossFit, from my mom. Like, no one needs to. Dude, I'm telling you, the venue
it'll be an amazing event. It is old school CrossFit. It's awesome.
The venue is insane. If you have time, you should go to the NorCal Classic and bring all your kids and fucking sneak in some beer and shit. I don't even know if you need to sneak in it.
They have beer there. They'll have all kinds. They'll have beer garden. They'll have all of this.
Dude, it's the shit. It's basically like a Shakespearean festival, but instead of like Shakespeare, it's just people hanging out,
shirts on,
working out. Yeah, without shirts on. It's dope. It is so awesome. It's by a water. Can the public just jump in the water? I think they can. They can't even stop you, right?
Outside of the area where they are, yeah. Outside of like wherever they're racing. Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, so that's that. Tomorrow morning show, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Coffee Pods and Wads. Pedro, Brent Frykowski, and Patrick Vellner, 2 huge proponents of athlete safety. Hopefully, we'll get some answers to some of these questions. If not, shit's gonna get even weirder.
How hard do you think they go tomorrow? You have to come out just double guns blazing.
I'm predicting one of them leaves the show early.
Why?
Sweet.
Emotion?
Yep.
Pedro.
I think Pedro will ask. I think Pedro will ask a question, like a couple of questions, and keep on going on it. But that doesn't make sense. Why is this? Why? And then one of them will be offended in some way, and they'll be like, "This is not good."
I don't think Pedro can offend anyone.
Goodbye.
Except on his fake news.
Like, it'll be a more professional.
It's really good at it there.
Than like when Hunter and Brent were on with each other. It'll be like that, but a little more professional. Do you remember that?
I think you're wrong. I think they have to hold tight.
I don't want them to hold tight.
I want.
You want to see one of them just break down and start crying?
I want to see fireworks. Yeah.
Hey,
I just don't know what they would be able to present. That's the downside.
Dude, they're going to present all the stuff that they've been telling CrossFit. They're going to be like, we asked for 50 fucking lifeguards. We asked for buoys. They're going to be like, here's the list of shit we asked you guys for. They have no, I mean, that's their only way out.
This is their first public appearance as this unit.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't make a public appearance if you didn't have something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I'm coming double guns blazing.
Yeah, but what, again, like, what?
Project Veritas style. I have documents.
Well, okay. So Pat has said that this has been going on for years, that they've been patted on the head and told that we'll take care of it.
No examples of that. The fear tactics. No examples of that.
That's what he's bringing.
Yeah.
I hope that that's what's brought. Like if they don't have that, then it's just words.
What's the point of the show?
Then it's just words. Well, the point of the show is because I think
Peter
a lot of
asks
people
himself
run
that
on
every week.
They can run on emotion and keep saying the same emotional type things where it sounds good on paper.
Dude, that's only going to hurt. That's only going to hurt you. They're smart. They're not dumb. Like, I feel like you can't go on that show.
Was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, dude.
I gotcha. But I feel like you cannot go live on a show where you're going to be questioned. And I don't think Pedro is afraid to ask the hard questions.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to answer these. If you do not have anything and it's just emotion and it's just filler words and it's Nikki Brazier in Brent Pat form, that's only going to hurt you so badly.
Oh, it'll be horrible if they do that.
You know what I'm saying?
You
have to have something.
I don't wish that for them. I don't wish that for them.
I'm saying you have to have something.
I think they think they do.
Oh, you think they just think they do and they don't?
Here's what it is. You saw my demands. I want ample time. Whatever the hell that means. It means nothing. I want ample time.
Listen, I give my ominous dominus.
Dude, Bill,
you look like you're doing a Harry Potter spell when you're doing
Bill,
that. Bill,
have you ever dressed up as like a pastor or a priest for
you would look crazy
Halloween?
As a priest.
No.
Dude, you would be amazing. Every time you do that, I see a white collar on you, and I want to tell you some dirty thought I had about my wife.
I have what is it like, Ray?
I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Yes. Wow.
Dominus ominous, my child. Yes, my child.
I've completely lost the thread.
You lost the thread.
Oh, I do want to say this. I wanted to circle back to the strong woman here. I mean this from the fucking bottom of my heart. I would have never in a million years watched Strong Woman, and now I'm gonna watch it.
I want to watch it so bad. So much more than I already did.
And hey, dude, that's what's crazy is I bet you there's not one person that's the other way. There's not one person where that's like, I'm not gonna watch that now that I know John Young doesn't watch it. It's gonna be like, what's this shit John Young's talking about? I want to check this shit out.
You know,
and hey, I bet you John watches it now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch it.
I want to know how much Strong Woman paid John to do that. I think that was a nice viral under the table.
I don't know.
It's a psyop.
We're gonna put Heat 1 bets on strong women in there now, so John has to
man,
play.
yeah.
How can you not watch it now?
I'm gonna
How
I'm gonna
can you
watch
not?
it and then make a video of me changing the channel. That's what I'm gonna do. And just say, not for me. That's it.
Oh my goodness.
Make sure someone has a nice voice.
I'm gonna wait till Olga gets up there to deadlift, and then that's what I'm gonna do.
You know how Luckett made that shirt washed up. Jeanette said in retaliation that you should make a shirt that says, "I don't like the way you look."
That's good. Do we know the YouTube channels where Masters is showing tomorrow?
Yes, whatever the games YouTube.
Oh, it is? You can go to
Yeah.
CrossFit.com?
No, you go to the YouTube, like CrossFit Games, their YouTube,
Yeah.
and it's on there. They have that and the teens and stuff.
Oh, how come no one knew this? Let me
It's weird because it's all out of order. Like it shows starts off with event, I don't know, 7 listing. You can wait in line for it, and you got to scroll down a bit.
They have to do it out of order for the gym equipment. They're limited on the equipment, so some people are doing the 3rd event first. Some people are doing the 6th event first. Some people are doing the 1st event first. They have to do it out of order.
Well, I thought they were doing up to 3 on that day out of order, but
I don't see any.
Day 3.
I don't see anything
I was looking around
scheduled.
day 1.
I don't see anything scheduled live.
Go to videos.
You gotta. Yeah, it's not
No,
live.
but where's the live content going to be for tomorrow?
Weird.
Wow, I didn't have that. I didn't have any problem. At least it coming up.
Let me see what else I can. Oh, Masters is on the Legends channel. CrossFit Games.
Oh yeah, you can go there too. Oh yeah. Really? I think I pulled it up on the game.
Legends event, Legends Championships. Okay. Oh, they got 30,000 views today on one of these shows. Thank you, Clock.
I had under the CrossFit Games.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so scheduled for tomorrow's the 31st. For anyone who wants to watch the Masters events, it looks like it starts at 4:50 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 8 a.m. East Coast, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It looks like they have it looks like they have 1, 2, 3 streams tomorrow. 2 streams starting at 5 a.m. and 1 stream starts at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then the finals will be on Sunday. We'll talk more about that. Have you guys heard anything from there? Anything noteworthy?
I've been watching.
Will Morad is currently leading.
Yeah,
significant. Other than that, no. They're going on.
It's been kind of neat to see a lot of I know a lot of the Masters athletes, and to see people videoing on their phone, live streaming onto Instagram. That's been kind of neat. It makes me have FOMO.
Yeah, Jamie Latimer's doing well. I think she's 4th place.
She's doing really well. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I know Wad Prep and Clydesdale, they are the people who are covering the Masters the most. Wad Prep's doing a recap every single night. They have 7 athletes there that are part of their whole crew.
Dude, they're probably having some huge shows too, because I remember Talking Elite Fitness last year did it, and they had some massive shows.
Yeah, well, I don't know what Clydesdale's doing, but obviously he's very passionate about the Masters people. But I know Wad Prep's covering them pretty extensively.
Okay, and the teen events tomorrow, their stream starts at 6 a.m. So you can watch the teens also, and that's going tomorrow too. I think. Let me see if I can play that. I think they were going to play. This was going to play a little trailer. Oh, that's just the beginning. All right. Do you guys know any of the teens? Do you guys follow the teens at all?
I know Riley Beebe. She's a proven athlete. Her dad came up to me and he was super nice and said that they enjoy watching the Savon show and the barbell spin. So I root for her for those reasons. They bought 2 shirts.
Oh, did they really say they enjoy the spin?
Yeah, they love it. Yeah,
they probably just had to say that.
He came up to me. I didn't. He knew. He spotted me out. So They're great people.
I think you're missing the joke. Did you guys get the joke? Tyler, you get the joke? Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You're a good dude. It was a mean joke.
But she's at Proven. She trains at Proven.
A neurotic Taylor someone could never qualify for his age group in the female division. Do you know what's so cool about you saying that? I am actually most interested, if I were to watch the Masters, in the oldest women's division.
Probably, yeah.
It seems the most fascinating to me. It's like the dwarves at the adaptive games or the one-arm guys. Like that shit just I'm just fascinated by that. Like, really, there's 70-year-old women out here fucking cranking out pull-ups? Let me see this shit. You know what I mean?
Susan Clark is like the Terminator as far as the old people go.
That's the kind of stuff that's going to carry me through the rest of my day. Outside of seeing the best people in the world, that's the kind of shit that I'm going to think about. It's no offense to the 40-year-old guys or 50-year-old guys. It's like cool. But if I see 70-year-old women doing crazy shit that I can't do, it's like, or I see some fucking one-arm guy doing shit that fucking like I can't do, even with both arms, like that's the stuff I'm going to draw on later on in my life. That's the stuff that's going to influence me.
Are you a big hip and steel fan then?
Yeah, I'm pretty big. I'm okay with hip and steel fan. I'm more like I just feel protective over him because fucking he just keeps getting run over by a dump truck. It's like I can't. There's only so much I can watch. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude.
Well, he keeps walking out in front of the dump truck.
He keeps walking outside.
No, dude, just fuck, man. Damn.
It is cool, though. It's like a science experiment because we still don't really know what the human body can do when it's been training for that many years and when it's not degraded by just sitting. And so it is awesome to watch.
Can you pull up event 6 for the Masters on Instagram?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I'd love to know y'all's opinion on this. I was debating the WOD Prep guys about this.
Are we ass pounding someone or are we just being cool?
It's a workout. Do you think it's possible?
Okay, good. I don't want to ass pound someone. What's the what do I type in? Legends?
It's on the CrossFit Games Instagram site.
Oh, they're posting there?
Yeah,
you gotta go back a bit.
You gotta scroll a little bit, but if you get there, I can get you there.
You're a good dude, Johnny Young.
If you get there, I can get you there.
Yeah. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep go right there. Event 1, 4 rounds for time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And now arrow it up.
This happened already?
Yes. These are the first 3 events that happened.
What event do you want to look at?
Event 6.
Event 6, 4-minute workout, 1-minute rest. Second round, 3-minute workout, 1-minute rest. Round 3, 2-minute workout. So 4, 3, 2 with a 1-minute rest in between. Completion, 105 calories on an Echo bike. Buy-in each round starts with 75 double unders and 20 chest to bar pull-ups.
Interesting.
Now, do you guys think this is possible in 1 round?
No. 105 calories, dude?
Yeah, man. Yeah, go fast.
You have.
Wait, can you tell me
to do that?
So
really
it would be 80 RPMs the whole time.
John, let me ask you this real quick, just so I understand the workout. So they say 3, 2, 1, go. I have to do 75 double unders, then 20 chest to bar pull-ups, and then I jump and get as many calories on the Echo bike as I can.
Now, if you,
I would say current games athletes, yeah.
How long does it take? How long does it take? Let's break it down. How long?
You'll have 3 minutes to bite.
How long does it take to do 75 double unders?
What? You're gonna have 1
About
minute.
a minute.
It's gonna do a minute to do all the work.
And then how much to do 20 chest to bar?
A minute total.
So you
it'll take longer than that.
No, bro.
You can do 50 in 30 seconds. So you're looking at like 45 seconds transition time and then 20. You're looking at least a minute and a half.
No, you're a little bit faster than that. No.
Wait a second. You're saying someone can do 75 double unders, transition to 20 chest to bar pull-ups in under 60 seconds?
You're
think
crazy.
it's around a minute.
Okay, let's say it is.
I'll do it tomorrow morning, Tyler. I'm not even good. I'm not even good. I'm not even like people are way faster, and it's going to be around a minute.
No one is doing 75 dubs and 20 chest to bar. What's crazier? What John's saying about this, or what was that crazy thing he said that someone
Guys,
was gonna...
okay, like a
reps.
minute 5. like that's around a minute to me. And
Yeah,
it's
minute 5 would be
very, very
impressive.
doable. Very like that's I think Bill could do it too. Tyler, if
I
you
can do
can't
it.
do it, that's on you. Bill,
I
you
can
with
do
me
it.
on this?
Yeah, 100%.
All right. As a
Thanks,
competitive
Pat. I'll see
athlete,
what I can
Tyler
do.
might not know the life.
John, I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to tell me what is the fastest someone in the world could do this that we could find in the next week? Under a minute and 15? Under 75 seconds?
Yes, I think all of them could do it under 75 seconds.
All
I
of
think,
who?
I think all the masters athletes. I think 1 minute would be like exactly 1 minute would be the fastest you would see. And then a minute to a minute 7, the majority of athletes will come in.
Oh, they already did this event. You can go watch. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think
How'd
anyone.
they do, Seth?
It is
How'd they
today.
do?
There's no way someone did it in under a minute and 15.
Yeah, minute 15 is the lowest I'll go.
No fucking way.
Dude.
Okay, hey, Pac was there. He even said, he's like, they all did it in a minute. He's at the event.
Who's
Thank
Pac?
you.
Who's Pac?
He's a buddy of mine from Germany.
He don't know shit.
Fuck?
That's what you don't know how fast these things are. Like you can jump rope faster than 100 double unders fast is about 53 seconds. So it's faster than 2 every second. What you're saying, if you're doing double unders fast, it's you can do 100 in about 53 seconds. So then you extrapolate that to 75, you're getting off around 38 seconds.
40 seconds, right? 40 seconds.
And then you jump immediately. You do 20 chest to bar. That's 1 per second, easy. And it's going to be right around a minute.
All right. Okay, cool. So we got
Maybe,
that done.
Maybe
Thank
a
you.
little over.
And then how fast to do 105 cals on the Echo bike?
That's the question I'm asking you guys. So you're going to have 250 to do 105 cals. Do you think it's possible? Bill, you're saying for like a hopper it would be possible, or Dallin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Is the Echo bike pretty comparable to the assault bike? The calories and the time? Is it close?
It's
harder.
if you're really, really good at the bike, it's just enough where you might want to try it, and you're probably still going to fall short.
But what's easier? If I've never I don't ride an Echo bike.
Assault bike is easier.
Assault bike is easier, yeah. So like if you hold 83 RPMs the entire time for 3 minutes, 250, that would be 105 cals.
God, you need to be a machine.
Right. Right. Yeah. It's 83 RPMs. I think there are monsters that can do that though, Bill.
In the Masters, I don't know, dude. Nah, I'm not the Masters.
Jimmy Woodard.
2 rounds, yeah.
Right. I think the majority will finish it in 2 rounds. But I tell you, if you do go for it, this was the argument that we were having. If you do go for it, that second round of double unders and chest to bar are going to be
You're going to feel like shit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Ruined.
I
I really wish it was not a completion of the calories, but total calories to force everyone to do all 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think it's Echo bike, so the rollover is not as generous, but I think they want people to go for it though and die. You know what I mean?
Just right out in front. Yeah.
Oh,
I was just curious. We were just talking about if it was possible, and I thought somebody could. They said nobody couldn't, and then we went over like transitions and stuff. It seemed less and less possible, but I do think somebody can do it in the one round.
Yeah.
Is that the last workout they did today? How far have they gotten?
That's tomorrow.
So my dad said one of the women made it in the older divisions, but in
What's
one round.
Calories?
They only had to do.
Yeah.
I think she only had to do like 50 or 55.
Right, they had
calories.
less calories. I'm talking about the RX calories. But
And I think when she made it, she didn't hit the start. She didn't hit the finish mat on the second round, so she had to do the buy-in.
that's so.
Oh, that's
so
lame.
stupid.
Yeah.
That's the worst ever. I disagree wholeheartedly.
I think that was in the. I think that was in the 60s.
What do you mean? I'm not following. Help me out. I'm not
She
following.
finished, but she didn't make the transition to the finish mat.
So they
So
made
she
her do
didn't
the
cross the
buy-in again.
line.
So she had to do 55 calories on the bike. She got to 55 calories, but didn't get to the finish line. So she technically didn't finish that round. So she had to do the last round, round 3, of the double unders and the pull-ups.
I don't get it.
I
You
think
don't have to
it's
do that
happening.
every round. Wait, you don't have to do that every round?
Not if you finish all the calories and get to the finish
You
mat.
finish the workout.
Oh shit.
I think
Yeah.
I think they should do this for Kill Taylor.
It would
I
be a
would-
good workout for
I
Kill
would
Taylor.
love to see it in Kill Taylor.
Wait
Taylor,
a second. So you're telling me if you finish that in the first round, after your 1 minute rest, you go straight to the bike and you don't have to do the double unders and chest to bar?
no, Sevon.
Always have to have the buy-in.
Yeah, y'all are confusing him because that's such a stupid thing. It's only going to happen one time.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to them. They're confusing you, and it's making this whole thing bad.
Okay, tell me this workout, how this workout goes perfectly. I'm not following this at all.
All right. Every single round you go,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to do the buy-in with 75 double unders and 20 chest to bar every round.
Okay. Yeah.
So in round 1, if you get 60 cals, you wait a minute and then you do the buy-in again. And you have 3 minutes to do as many cals you have, right?
Right.
They're saying one of the girls finished the entire thing in one round. She got all the cals in one round.
Yeah.
No,
But she didn't.
It was 2.
Okay, she finished
Yeah,
the cows
yeah.
in a round. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me, Bill? I'm trying to explain this.
If you wait,
That's the
wait
big
a
deal.
second. Wait a second, real quick before you go.
Oh my
If you
gosh,
can't-
Bill.
Hold on, John. If you can't finish the cows in the first round, you sure as fuck aren't finishing them in the second round with only
No,
3
it's
minutes.
total amount of cows.
Oh, each round.
I see. You thought
You
it
have
was
3 rounds to get
105 each
105
round?
calories.
Oh, we'll give you
Oh.
another shot at it. Don't worry.
So wait a second. So in the first round, if you get off and you have like 40 cows, it just keeps counting into the second round?
Yes.
That means that you have 2 more rounds to get whatever left of that 105. So if you did 40,
Yeah.
it means you have 65 rounds or reps, calories you still have to get.
And so you're
You got
saying
2
a
rounds
chick
to-
got off the bike and it was enough calories. So what did she do then when the next round when she started, when she was done with the chest to bar, she just walked over to the mat?
Yeah, she went over to
Yep.
the mat.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah.
like when Tia
But
did that.
I'm
Tia
saying
did that strongman
How do you guys
workout.
know this
I'm
by
saying
reading
it's
this? How the
stupid.
fuck would
It's
you know
stupid.
this?
They
'Cause
watched
we go to
they-
affiliates, you jerk.
They
Oh.
said it's stupid though because
Fair
she
enough.
finished the cows. In my opinion, the workout's over. It doesn't matter what her time is, and they made her do the buy-in again, even though she had 0 cows, because she didn't get to the finishing mat.
Yeah, that's stupid. Timothy Sutton, Sevon's IQ is 55.
I really want to see somebody do it in one round. They should kill. Why would Taylor not do this workout? This workout would
Because
be great for him.
he didn't be exposing himself too much. I think there's too many people who would
Dude.
beat him.
The problem is if you don't finish it in one round, he's toast.
No, I think he would beat everybody that doesn't finish it in one round, though. And
No,
I do, dude. I
I
do.
just don't think he's big enough on the bike.
Because of his recovery?
Well, not his recovery, but I think he can do 75 dubs and 20 chest to bar repeatedly. Like that's not going to affect him as much
Oh.
as it would affect somebody else.
Oh.
I think
So-
there's too many dudes at the top end and like too many weirdos.
I disagree.
Who-
I think Hopper, Down, or Sprague, unless they call in.
How about Hans? How about Hans? That guy who won one week, the big giant dude.
Yella?
No, there was a
Hans
guy
could
named
do
Hans.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hans
that
could
guy
do it.
Hans looks fucking like if you, anything in the 4-minute time domain, you better fucking brace yourself. What
Hans is
Jesus?
big.
Jesus, you really? Do you think that was? You think that was that bad that I didn't understand that?
It was
I don't
pretty
even-
bad, but they were making they were making it worse.
Really? You think it's that bad?
Sevon, I was not mad at your not being able to understand the workout. I was mad that they kept making it worse.
No, there's a theme. There's a theme. Anytime there's a segmented workout, you hate it. You can never figure it out.
But listen. This is listen. Anyway, it makes more. I don't think it's that bad. But anyway,
Dude,
I
this
don't
happens
think
with
I don't think I'm that stupid. Is what I'm saying.
Every week,
I don't either, Sevon.
Kill Taylor, when the workout comes out, I love the text thread when you start trying to decipher the workout. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
This happens with my girls all the time, and it's so frustrating sometimes. This happened today. I got yelled at somebody. I didn't even mean to. Like the workout's on the board. It's written a little confusing. I get it if somebody doesn't. Hold on, my wife just walked in. Give me 5 seconds.
She's gonna hit him.
Give me 5 seconds. There's 500 people watching.
All right. They're going outside. They're going outside.
All
I'm
right,
sorry. I'm sorry. I need 5 seconds.
You're good. You're good.
The
Bill went
workout,
to the bathroom really quick. No problem.
the workout's written on the
Everybody
board.
who's
It
watching,
reads
chill out.
confusing. I get it if somebody doesn't get it and I have to explain it. Totally fine. So I tell one of my girls, I was like, hey, I'm finished. Let me finish the workout and then I'll explain it during my first rest period. Somebody else starts a clock for a different workout that they're doing. And then another one of the girls that was supposed to do the workout goes, oh, shoot, we're starting. And then the girl I was supposed to explain it to starts freaking out. And in the meantime, I'm trying to finish the workout, right? And I have like 4 of them just clustered, just running, has no idea what's happening. And then they like grab the jump rope and started jump roping, even though they have no idea what they're doing. And I'm like, and I've yelled, man. I was like,
Bill,
just
why is
stop
John
it.
working out
Wait
while he's
5
training?
minutes.
Bill, why is John working out while he's
I'm
training?
not coaching.
It's open gym.
Oh.
Time.
I'm like, wait 5 minutes, and I get everybody together, and like I'm doing this as I'm jumping, as I'm double undering, and then they're all like, well, you don't have to freaking yell, and then everybody's mad at me because I'm the bad guy when I'm just herding cats sometimes.
Mitchell Cooper, you can peel that off. He's a misogynist. He yelled at the girls.
For the
Only
most
boys
part,
should be
for the
yelled at.
most part, they are amazing. They're super great. They're awesome. But like sometimes they all hit at the same time, and it's rough. If that makes any kind of sense. I love women. I'm not a
I
misogynist.
think you should keep talking. It usually does so well for you.
All right.
Dude, but that's all the time. Though. I mean, how many times do you explain the workout? Like here's the workout. Even
What?
if it's an easy one, you explain the whole thing, and someone's like, "But wait, are we going to be doing like? No, I didn't say that. We're doing this right here." Okay, all right. Wait, so which one goes first? And are we going to be doing? I'm like, dude, it says
Usually,
right there.
yeah.
Is it always the same person?
Oh yeah,
A lot of times,
yeah. Sometimes they can't
How
read
many
the board
rounds?
though. They can't see. But I'm usually super super patient. It's just if I'm in the middle of a workout and then somebody needs explaining, I'm like, just wait like 5 minutes, and like people get impatient, and like that's the only time I like lose patience is like when I'm in the middle of something, and like they want to go right now.
Wait till you have kids. Wait till you have kids.
Dude, I cannot wait, John. I cannot wait until your little girl comes on out. It's gonna change your world, my friend.
She's gonna be a monster, man. It's next
She
year
might be a
looking
monster,
at.
but like
Yeah, you're gonna love it when you're in the middle of a workout.
So different. It's gonna be crazy.
I
always
middle
like
of
to
a
think
workout.
where you explain the workout and you look directly at the people that are going to ask you 19 questions. You're like, why are you looking at me? We'll come back to this in 32 seconds when you ask me why or what we're doing, because it'll come up. It'll come up every time.
Heather
Anyway,
Campbell,
Sevon,
is that 10 reps total or 10 on each arm?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
the moment that we just shared, Sevon, was just very like one of those moments. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. So I was the dumb one and they were the bad ones.
Yeah.
I got it. Fair. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Tomorrow morning, I'm not sure what time I'm going on there, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7. I really want to go at 6, hopefully with Ross Austin, so that I can enjoy in real time Coffee Pods and Wads. The fantastic Pat Vellner and Brent Fikowski will be on to talk more about the PFAA's future and the future of, I guess, their future. Bill Grundler, thank you. CrossFit Inferno, John Young from JY Barbell, and Tyler Watkins from the White House. Love you guys.